Usually, when we repeat things, they tend to be boring. And boring is not fun. That is why we get to spice up things a little bit. And here at African Kona, we get to do just that. So, over the recent times, we have done discussions about so many things about Africa. But this time round, we ask you, how well do you know Africa itself? So, join us this Sunday from 8 to 9 p.m. for the Africa Trivia Show. And as always, it is. So how well do you know Africa? How many countries are in Africa? Why was Pan-Africanism founded in Africa and not any other continent? Which is the most popular culture in Africa? Well, those are some of the questions that will be asked this Sunday in African Kona.
A very good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where and when you're watching us from. My name is Mutathi Wachina Wanyaga, Mujiro wa Baria Karigithi, na ngwihoka kuma ng'ongo ciothe iria ciumaga huho. Muri thayo, thayo, thayo. Today is the 6th day of August, the year is 2023, and oh my, we have an interesting show lined up for you. We have an Africa trivia tonight. So I'm really eager to see how people are going to be scoring tonight, or how we really know Africa and how it is going to turn out. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We have said it, we will say it, and we'll remind you that today we are doing it differently. And because, you know, they say, what do they say? They say, work without play makes Jack a dull boy. Natasha, I don't know if I'll say Jack, work without play makes Jane a dull girl, so that I can be politically correct. I don't want to be sued after this. So tonight we are really having a good, I hope you're really going to have a good time. And before we go directly to the games or to the trivia itself, allow me to ask our players, today they are not panelists, but players, to introduce themselves. Starting with the lovely Natasha. Natasha, please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do before we begin.
Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I am Natasha Amanda. I'm a player today.
Okay, thank you for that, Natasha. Before I forget, we have the ever joyful Zola in the house. Zola, please introduce yourself.
So, hi guys. I hear people are saying good morning, and I'm like, okay, sawa. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as Rashida says, depending on where you're watching us from. My name is Zola Odwor, and I'm a player, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you, Zola, once again for being here. And then now we go to the gentleman. Let me start with Collins. Collins, please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do and anything you'd like to share with us tonight.
Hi guys, my name is Collins. Today I'm also a player. I'm happy to be back. And in the words of our great friend Kelvin Kariuki, Chris, please achilia cushions.
Okay, on that note, Kemani, please introduce yourself to
Thank you, Ashira. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever and whenever you're watching us from. So my name is Kimaniwa Mwaginawe and I think today I'm also a player. And Collins, I've gotten your advice, Asante.
Yeah, it's already getting hot, and
Yes.
and naona watu wameweka engineering chini, watu wameweka psychology chini, the gender experts in the house wameweka chini, and today they have decided to be players. But you know what? I'm still the host. Hiyo sijaweka chini, and that's what you're going to be doing tonight. So, guys, as we have said, it's an African trivia show. And we're expecting for you guys to learn also. And I can see some comments already started coming in. I can see Jean-Paul Chokia saying, good evening, Jean-Paul from Congo. Thank you for being here. And then I can see, okay, I'll read the other comments later. Allow me to go ahead. So as we said, or rather as we were told for the players before we went live, there are some rules. Initially, we're going to start with individual questions, and then later we are going to go to team questions. But with that, Round 1 is going to be general questions. Round 2 is going to be politics and governance. Round 3 is going to be African corner. And then that will be done, the individual section. And then we are going to go to the group section where we'll have sports and culture. And finally, we'll have history. So that is what we expect to have tonight. And I think the trivia begins right now. Now we'll start with round 1, which is the general questions, and every player at this particular point will have 7 seconds to answer the question immediately after I am done with done reading the question. And the first question goes to Zola. Zola, which African region does the richest musician in Africa come from? Is it A, Northern, B, Western, C, Southern, or D, Eastern?
Okay. Southern.
Southern is the answer from Zola. We're going to know the right answers after we are done with each round. Don't worry. Okay, the next question goes to Kimani. Kimani, in which year was the World Cup held in Africa?
2010.
2010. That's the answer from Kimani. Okay, let us go to the next question, which goes to Collins. Collins, I am the West, but also at the center. I am small, and one of my cities has a name that rhymes with another city found in one of my neighbors. What country am I? Is it A, DRC, B, Cameroon, C, Gabon, or D, Benin?
Gabon. C.
Gabon is the answer from Collins. Good. Let us go ahead. The next question goes to Natasha Manda. Natasha, your question reads, in terms of population, what is the largest city in Africa? Is it A, Cairo? Is it B, Lagos? Is it C, Nairobi? Or D, Johannesburg? Natasha?
Lagos.
Lagos is Natasha's answer. Good. Wow. Those are the first 4 sets of questions. And we are going to be having the answers coming in later. I can see some more comments coming in. Mike Modomi saying, watching with my family. Mike, we appreciate you, and say hi to your family. Next set of questions that goes to our players. Remember, if you had a question that had options or multiple choices, this time you're not going to have those multiple choices. If you did not have, then this time you'll have a multiple choice. Remember, we're still at round 1 and everybody is having an individual question. So this question goes to Kemani. Question 5 goes to Kemani. Kemani, your question reads as, I am found along the southern coast of Africa, stretching across 3 countries. Sometimes I'm very hot, sometimes very cold. You will mostly find nothing where I am, even when you drive around for hours. My name is similar to one of the countries I'm found in. Who am I? Is it Victoria Falls? Is it Zambezi River, Kalahari Desert, or Namib Desert? Kemani.
Oh, Namib Desert.
Is Namib Desert your final answer?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And our next question goes to Zola. Zola, your question reads, from which country is the recent African winner of the Nobel Prize come from?
Okay. Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Zola, your time is up.
Okay.
Will you like to save you?
Natasha.
Natasha, this is
Well,
for
you
you.
were supposed to choose someone to save you. Gosh.
I'm
From
sorry.
which country?
Women empowerment.
From which country is the recent African winner of the Nobel Prize come from?
Where?
Natasha,
Where?
your time is up. We will pass that and we will get the answer when we finish this round. The next question is for Natasha now. Natasha, question 7 is yours legally. And your question reads: which African musician performed at the closing ceremony of the 2022 FIFA World Cup finals? Natasha?
Closing.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, ameimba buga, anaitwaje? Gosh, up to you guys.
Your time is up, Natasha.
Like I know the I've forgotten the name, but I say come on. I
I'm
say the
going to
song
give you
before.
this one chance, one final 7 seconds.
Kiss Daniel.
Chris Daniel is your final answer?
Kiss Daniel. Yes, I think that's his name.
Okay, duly noted, duly noted. And the next question, the last question of this round, goes to Collins. Collins, this is your question. Locally known as Mosi Oatunya, what do we call this feature of Africa? Collins?
Oh, Atlas Mountains.
Atlas Mountains is Collins' answer, and that marks the end of round 1. And I can see more comments, more comments coming in. And somebody by the name of Mercy James saying, "Hey guys, hey." You have Mike Modomi saying, "What?" And then you have Mike Modomi saying, "It's getting hotter." It's yeah. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now we want to see the answers that are supposed to be our answers. Okay, despite what the players have said, we still have the right answers, and here are the answers.
You're supposed to give us hope, Oshira.
Yes, there is hope, Natasha. Don't worry. Natasha, don't worry. There's hope. I can see more comments. Let me give you more time. I can see Jean Paul Kiokia saying, "This is just round 1." Yes, it is. And we have we have Rispa Kimenju. Go Zola. Oh, nice. Now, guys, here are the answers. Natasha, my dear, there is hope. Don't lose hope. There is still round 2. There is still round 3. There is still round 4. There is still round 5.
Wow.
Now, here are the answers. So, the answer to question 1 is Western region. The richest musician from Africa comes from the Western region of Africa, more specifically from Senegal. His name is Yossou N'Dour. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. He's worth $145 million. Number 2, World Cup was held in 2010, specifically in South Africa. Number 3 is Gabon. The question that was Collins' question is Gabon. It has a city called Libreville, which shares with another country. Number 4, the largest city in terms of population is Cairo. Number 5, Namib Desert is what we were looking for. Number 6, the recent Nobel Prize, person who holds that award from Africa comes from this country of Tanzania. And then number 7 is Davido. Davido is the one who performed in the opening of World Cup 2022. And number 8,
Closing, not opening.
Sorry. Yeah. And then number 8 goes to, which was Collins. The answer is Victoria Falls. It's also known as Mosai Tunya. That was round 1. And I'm sure we are going to get the points from Dunga. I don't know if Dunga has the points ready, but I don't know. Guys, let me hear your thoughts. Starting from Collins. Collins, how was that round? Just talk to us. How was that round?
Whatever I read for is not here. It's not in the question.
Natasha, please. What do you find that round?
Same was up.
Hii WhatsApp yenyu mtatuambia ni gani muko. Zola, what about you? How was round 1?
Someone called my maths teacher. What's this?
No, we are here to learn, and that is one of the things that we do in African Kona and in Washira Speaks in general. We want to educate people. Kemani, what are your thoughts on that round?
Yeah, I think the round was okay, but I'm glad I didn't mention I was an engineer.
Yeah, yeah. Unaibisha itula.
You just mentioned.
Yes.
You just mentioned.
He just did. He just did. Great, great, great. I can see Mercy James saying, hey, Kim got both. Makofi. Good, good, good. Now, here are the results. But before we give the result, we are going to take
Okay.
a 30 seconds break. We will be back after the 30 seconds break. Tune in. Keep it tuned. Great, thank you. We are back and we have the next round. I can see more comments coming in. Somebody by Shiko Mwangi saying it seems like they need a chance to say what they didn't get asked. Yes, we might have that at the end. And then we have Mike Mudhomi saying that walienda na majibu but vitu ililetwa kwa mtihani ilikuwa kwa karatasi mpya. Waitito cool. Okay, 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 okay. We hear you. We hear you. Now, I can see the results are not in from Dunga. We are going to wait the results. But as we do that, we are going to go to round two. Round two is politics and governance. Politics and governance is our round two. And round two begins now. And the first question goes to Kemani. Kemani, your question reads, which West African country has not experienced either a successful or unsuccessful coup from the year 2020? Is it A, Burkina Faso? Is it B, Mali? C, Niger? D, Sao Tome and Principe? Kemani?
I'll say D, Sao Tome and Principe.
D, Sao Tome and Principe. Good. Now, the next question goes to Zola. Zola, your question reads, in which city was the African Union formed? Is it A, Addis Ababa, B, Lagos, C, Arusha, D, Durban?
I think I'm gonna go with Addis Ababa.
Addis Ababa, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Time is up. Thank you. Let us move to the next question. The next question goes to Natasha. Natasha, your question reads, who is the immediate chairperson of the African Union? A, is it Macky Sall? B, Paul Kagame? C, Azali Osmani? Or D, Cyril Ramaphosa? Natasha?
I'll go with B,
Which is?
Ramaphosa.
Ramaphosa. Time is up. Collins, you're next. Your question reads, the Commonwealth of States is inclusive of how many African countries? Is it A, 23, B, 47, C, 19, or D, 15?
I'd say A23.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. We move to the next set of questions in this round two, which will not have multiple choices. And the first person to answer from this set of questions is the one and only Natasha. Natasha, your question reads, who is the president of the newest country in Africa? Who is the president of the newest country in Africa? Natasha?
I'm passing it to Zola.
Ooh, girl, you're supposed to make it
Zola,
to someone who I don't
are you
know.
taking
I
it?
don't even know if there's a new country in Africa. I don't know.
Imagine. Apparently, there's a new one.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, I'm going to give. I'm going to do something that is not in the ordinary. Between Collins and Kemani, who wants to take this question?
I do.
Collins, who is the president of the newest country in Africa?
I think it's Salva Kiir Mayardit,
Salva Kiir Mayardit. From which country?
South Sudan.
South Sudan. Now you know. We move to the next person to answer this question. Zola, question 6 is yours. And your question reads, Zola. Sorry for that. Your question reads, I am a country within another, and I am still ruled by a monarch. Who am I? Zola.
Swaziland. Okay, Swazi.
Good. That is, the time is up. Swaziland is Zola's answer. And the next question goes to Collins. Collins, question 7 is yours, and it reads, after Kenya was declared a protectorate by the British, it was not yet a state. What was it?
It was a protectorate.
Time is up. We move on. And last but not least, we have Kimani. Kimani, your question reads, arranged alphabetically from A to Z, which African country comes third?
Well, I'll have to go with Algeria.
Time is up. And guys, today we are not taking so much time. That is the end of round 2. Everybody gets 2 questions each. And I'm happy with let me not say something that might okay, maybe just told my Denise. Taki Natasha, I give Natasha has told me to be
The
disciplined
but
tonight.
Washira,
Yes.
can I change my answer?
Which one? Natasha, which
I'm
answer are you
overthinking.
taking?
I'm sorry, I'm overthinking, but can I change my answer?
Yeah, let me go back to which question. You know, you had 2 questions.
The AU chairperson.
I'm going to go back to the question of the AU chairperson. Your initial answer was D, Cyril Ramaphosa.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm debating within myself between C and D.
Uh-huh.
So can I change it?
That will only matter if everybody else, other players, agree to allow you to change. Collins.
Guys, I'll buy you lunch.
Accepted.
Thank you. Women empowerment.
Sold.
Yes.
That is it, sister.
Someone told me your first answer is always the correct one. So I don't know how you feel about that.
My ancestors are saying.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Kimani, what are your reservations for this?
About to change about Natasha changing her answer. I don't know. maybe they should. Maybe they should not.
Okay, let me hear from the audience. Let me hear from the audience. You guys are being. It's only Zola who have said the direct answer. Let me hear from the audience. I can see Mike Mudhomi saying, "Sisi kama audience tunakataa hii ya kuchange."
Do what about your lunch?
Okay, sasa si mimi nimesema. It is not me, but okay. I have more comments coming in. We have Live, Love, and Love saying, tune though late, was busy with work. Welcome, Live, Love, and Love. And then we have Ruth Njoroge saying, good start, but ni kama hawakubeba mwa Kenya. Kim, go get it. We have Benedict Joy saying, I love the show. Thank you, Benedict. Really nice, really nice, really nice. I'm still waiting to hear from other people. So if you have, you can share your comment with us before we finish. So here are the answers for round 2. Here are the answers for round 2. I'm going to read them out. Here are the answers for round 2. Question number 1. The answer is Mali. That is the only country that has not had a coup since the year 2002 in West Africa. Sorry, not 2002, 2020. We have Durban. Durban is where the African Union was formed. And then Macky Sall is the immediate chairperson of the AU. So even Natasha, even if you would have changed it to Asumani, Asumani is the current chair. So yeah. And then we have 19. 19 is the number of states from Africa which belong to the Commonwealth. And then we have Salva Kiir Mayardit from, as Collins said it, from South Sudan, is the president of the newest country in the continent. And then we have Swaziland. Swaziland is the country within a country that is ruled by a monarch. So that means Zola got it. And then number 7, it is not a protectorate. Before it became a protectorate, or after, it was a dominion. And then last but not least, Benin. Benin is the answer. So is the third country arranged alphabetically from E to Z. You know, if I don't hear your comments, I know. Let me hear what you guys have to say about this. Natasha, well, you wanted to change your point. Yes.
First of all, at Benin, it doesn't make sense because there's Algeria, there's
Angola, and then Benin.
Angola.
He's right.
Yeah, it doesn't
Then
make
Benin.
sense.
He's right.
Is the third country when you arrange it alphabetically?
There's only two countries with an A.
Starting with the A, yes, only 2.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Collins, what are your comments?
It seems Mike was right. Tuko na majibu lakini hatujui ni maswali gani.
Yeah, you know, I've seen Mike saying that kama ile ya Waititu tuliona senator alikuja na karatasi fulani. But I know Kemani, you are saying results za Tharaka Nithi bado hazijaingia. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Kemani?
Oh, I think you really took your time to create these questions. I believe I think you had fun creating these questions and we are answering them. Yes.
But at least there is hope. We had 2 answers that were answered correctly. We have the Salva Kiir answer and we have the Swaziland answer from Zola. And Zola, because you are the one who has emerged victorious from this round. Tell us, what are your thoughts?
Mimi, you guys should have set questions where we are using a set and a ruler. Damn. History. Hey. Even signing guesswork to the story the Jabba from point A to point B.
But it is what it is. You guys, there are still more. There are still. We have round 3, we have round 4, and then round 5. Now we want to move on to the next round. But before we do that, I can see more comments coming in. We have Shiko Mwangi saying that Natasha na ukichange jibu. Natasha ukichange jibu, correct? Okay, I've forgotten that. And then Shiko Mwangi saying what? And then Dan Jinju saying Kolo. And then Mike Modhomi saying Mimi najibu na a class 8 child. Hata nimeanza kushuku kusikusoma. Okay, tell us guys, what are your comments? Let us hear from you. are you getting these answers ukiwa uko nyumbani, or you're just also not getting them? So let us see how it goes. Now we want to go to the next round. The next round is round 3, and round 3 is a very interesting round. Here we are going to ask you African corner questions. Very simple. African corner question. And before we do that, naona Mike Modhomi amesema tema kimeumana. Kimeumana. Now,
Mudhomi
This is the
akuje
joke.
show.
Modhomi anafaa ingie. Haya,
Akuje
let us
show.
go
Eh.
to round 3. Let us go to round 3, guys. Round 3, here it is. Round 3 is here with us. And we are going to ask Africa corner questions. African corner questions. You know, it's about the show. This round is for the show. Now, but before we do that, something is coming in. Something is coming in. I want to hear, Natasha, do you want to know the results?
No,
At this
thanks.
particular
I know.
juncture?
I know. At least I know math.
I love that. At least kama tungeleta swali ya hesabu ungepita.
Mbio sana.
Lovely. Kimani, do you want to know the result?
I think I can say just like Natasha said. I know my results.
Yeah.
I think that suffices for now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zola, I know you're confident. Tell me you want to hear the result. Tell me.
Yeah, at least I got something. So yes, I want to hear them.
Collins, what about you?
I think not for now. We'll open the server after everything is said and done.
Yes.
Nilikuwa nataka niwafungulie server. Hawa my engineers. Sasa Zola, you are not on the, wewe ndio leo umekuwa rolled out. But I can say this, let me tell Dunga, I know you're watching and he's the one who's doing our calculation. So just endelea kuweka server, usilete wale watu wenye, which country are they coming from? Collins.
Venezuela.
Don't bring in any Venezuelans, but let me assure you, the results are safe. Natasha, don't worry. The results are safe.
We ambia tu Peter endelee kuwatch. Asifanye kazi mingi. We can do the math.
He can hear you. And then we have hii inanibamba. I think somebody is saying the man from the water is saying ni kumoto bana. And then Rita Wachira is sending in some laughing emojis. We have Rispa Kimenju saying tumekata hiyo discrepancy donge. Okay. And then we have Rita Wachira saying the same way. Sasa Rita, it is not watu wamekata. And you know I'm a very truthful man. I'm an honest man. Sasa nitafuata tu hiyo. And then we have Micah saying hiyo imeenda. And then Mercy James saying that audience waambiwe result. Alafu Shiko Mwangi saying ati wakihesabu tunahesabu. I hope you guys are putting in you're counting. Wakihesabu tunahesabu. Okay. And then we have Josephine Lileti saying Kimani anakaa wale wa kupeleka corrections kwa mwalimu. You know, but let me tell you, Josephine, this is true. I don't let me go back to that. But this is so true. Wacha nisaibishe mtu. And then live, laugh and love saying kimeibiwa kirudiwo. And then we have Micah saying announce top 2. Wachana na hao wengine. I think due to public demand, I'm going to announce the top 2. And the top 2 are number 1 is a tie. We have at number 1 we have a tie between the gentlemen Kimani and Collins, and followed by Zola. So those are the first top 2, and then Natasha. Now let us go back to our questions. We are going to round 3. Round 3, we are going to have Africa corner questions. And before I do that, I can see Mike Modhomi is saying, Ati Josephine, I can attest to that. It is true. You know, Mike studied with Kemani in the same high school and in the same university. So it is true. And we can say that beyond reasonable doubt. Ataka tutapata kitu. What we can get today is by saying Kemani takes that back to my
You're sharing too much information.
yeah. Let us go back. Let us go back to African corner questions. Now, question 1 goes to Zola. Zola, your question reads. Zola, your question reads. This one is simply true or false. The first, true or false. Now, Zola, sorry. Is it true or false that Washira has hosted or co-hosted all the African Corner episodes? Zola?
False.
Is false your final answer?
Yes.
Good. Next question goes to Colin. As I told you, each round has 2 sets of questions. So, ya kwanza iko na options, ama we make it easy for you. This one you're doing true or false. Now, Collins, this is for you. The next question reads, is it true or false that there was an African Corner episode with a discussion surrounding the Kenya finance bill? Collins?
It's true.
Is true your final answer?
Yes.
Great. Time is up. We
No,
have
false,
the
false.
next question. Time is
False,
up.
false, false, false.
Time is up.
Mkisema nataka kubadilisha jibu mlikataa.
Time
Haya.
is up. Time is up. We move to the next patient or the next player, who is Kimani. Kimani, your question reads, is it true or false that there was an episode on African firstborns on African Corner?
False.
False your final answer?
Yes.
Time is up. Last but not least, the first set of round 3. This question goes to our very own Natasha. Natasha, your question reads, is it true or false that mental health has been discussed thrice on African Corner?
False.
Is false your final answer?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Time is up. Time is up. That is the first set of. Tunaambianga watu wa watch, watu wa subscribe. Leo tutawashika. So that is the first set of questions for round 3. Now, we want to move on to the next set of questions. Hii ni direct, haina option, haina true or false, wewe ujibu vile inakuja. And now this question goes to Kimani. Kimani, your question reads, which is the longest running African Corner episode? Which is the longest running African Corner episode?
I'm not sure. Should I say the number or what was discussed?
What was discussed?
You discussed about petroleum issues, energy in Africa.
Is that your final answer, even though time is up?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to sound like a teacher, but I would like you guys to really listen to the question. The next question goes to Natasha. Natasha, your question reads, what topic was discussed during the second episode of African Corner? What topic was discussed during the second episode of African Corner?
Mental health.
Time is up. But just for a benefit of doubt, Junilipea Kimani sometime. Is that your final answer?
Second episode, actually, that was long ago, but yeah.
Good. Now, this question goes to Collins. Collins, your question reads, how many times has African Corner aired in the year 2023, including the trivia show? How many times has African Corner aired in the year 2023, including including the trivia show?
11.
11, is that your final answer?
Yes.
11. Okay. Those are the questions, but last but not least, we have Zola's question. Zola, your question reads: what is the name of the lady who does African Corner marketing intro strokes teaser videos? The lady who does African Corner marketing intro stroke teaser videos.
Oh my god. Amen.
Miriam, I can answer this one for you.
Time is
Please.
up. Time is up. And nimemweka tu hapa sahi. Let me
I
just
know,
put her
like,
again.
Let's see
Let
to
me
be
just
like
put
I
her
know.
again.
I know. Like, I'm very terrible with names.
Don't worry. Today,
Wait, I can't answer that one for her.
answer that,
I
but
know. Why
Dunga do
not?
not count that.
Well,
Okay,
Why?
okay.
Why?
Natasha, answer that for her. Save her.
Miriam.
Miriam, who?
Guy. Chaplagat. Listen. The answer is Miriam.
The answer is Miriam.
Yes.
So I think Dunga, at his discretion, he will decide whether or not to award those points. Now,
Half a mark is okay.
Takubaia land. Takubaia land.
wacha niwaoneshe Miriam.
Normally, when we repeat things, they tend to be boring. And boring is not fun. That is why we get to spice up things a little bit. And here at African Corner, we get to do just that. So, over the recent times, we have done discussions about so many things about Africa. But this time round, we ask you, how well do you know Africa itself? So, join us this Sunday from 8 to 9 p.m. for the Africa Trivia Show. And as always, it is African Kona.
So that is Miriam for you. I want to read now the answers. And the answers are in. The answers are in, but the results are not. So there's still hope. Answers. Answers for round 3 reads: number 1 was false. Every true or false question, the answer was false. It is indeed false. I've not hosted all the African Corner shows. Remember, there was a time we used to do it with Ali, and there was a time I was not able to join in. So it is just only one show that I've never hosted. The next answer is false, which was, who remembers the question?
If there was an episode of, but I say it falls after.
Wacha tuongee na wewe, unanunulia Dunga lunch?
No, I changed my answer, but you said that my time is up. It's fine.
So Collins, makosa ilikuwa wapi?
It's state of the continent.
Yes, it is not African Corner that we discussed that. We discussed that on the state of the continent. Those are 2 shows. And then, so it is not true. We discussed Kenya Finance Bill on the state of the continent, not the African Corner show. The other question that was asked about firstborn, it is false. We have never discussed about firstborns. We only have discussed about fathers, mothers, lastborns, but we have never discussed about the lastborns. And then it is indeed false that the other one that we were asking, it is not the Kemani's question, it is not, it's again, the catch was, it is not African Corner, it was state of the continent. African Gods is the longest running show on African Corner. It went, I think, for almost more than 1 hour and 25 or 20, more than 1 hour 25 minutes. It was the longest. And then the second was Beauty in Diversity. for Natasha. That was our second episode. It was Beauty in Diversity. That's what we discussed. And the last answer is Miriam Kirui. Miriam Kirui is the lady who does our shows. Now, I want to hear people's comments. Naona studio imenyamaza kidogo, imenyamaza. Now, Shiko Mwangi saying kimemramba. And then Rita Washira saying tuwekewe zile buzzers za right or wrong. And then we have Dunga saying Collins form 34A ishaenda. We have Faith Njoroge saying mambo imechemuka. Faith Njoroge, mambo imechemuka. And then we have Mek Modoi saying the World Cup one. No, it was not the longest running. And then we have kuna watu wanajibu vitu zao. Make sure hamset maswali zenu. And then Maker saying 1 + 1 = 11. Rita Washira saying naangalia marking scheme na sifurahishwi. Okay. Okay. Maika saying msie. And then Mike Modhomi saying Zola ashaharibu friendship. And then you have Chiko Mwangi saying saidieni msaidiani. And then Micah saying serikali saidia. Serikali saidia. We're going to go on a short break and we're going to come back after a few minutes so that some people can look at the question, do what they have to do. We're going to be back after a few minutes for the team question. So please don't change the dial. We'll be back in a minute. Thank you. We're back. We have the third or the fourth round where we're going to have our team questions. You can see Zola is out, but we have two teams, Collins and Zola versus Kimani and Natasha. I want us to go quick, fast. I know these guys are going to now do it. So here, we're going to ask a question, sitawapea time, and then you are going to decide between you who is going to take that question and answer it. And then we'll decide and give us the final answer. Now, I can see Zola is not in, so Collins, you are going to take this for the team. And the first question goes to the team of Collins and Zola. Before Zola comes in, Collins, you'll take the questions. Question 1 for this round reads, and this is for you, Collins. Sports and culture, that is the round. Don't forget sports and culture. And the question reads, what is the nickname of the African football team that reached the semi-final of the 2022 FIFA World Cup? What is the nickname of the African football team that reached the semi-final of the 2022 FIFA World Cup? Collins?
It's the Moroccan team, so I'd say the Lions of Morocco.
Is that your final answer?
Wait, give me a minute. Atlas Lions.
Atlas Lions is your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. Move to the next question for Kimani and Natasha. Your question reads, which African country has the most appearances in the World Cup? Which African country has the most appearances in the World Cup? Kimani and Natasha, talk to me. Who is taking this?
I think I'll
Can we
take
DM
it.
each other?
Natasha, do you have the answer? I think I can take a wild guess.
Okay.
I'm going to say Cameroon.
And tunaona watu wakifanya fanya vitu
Why
kadhaa
not
kadhaa.
Morocco?
So Natasha, are you agreeing with that? Is that your final answer, Cameroon?
You know what, patriarchy? Yes, I agree.
Okay. We go to the next question. That goes to Tim Zola and Collins, but because Collins is the only one here, he's going to take it. Collins, your question reads, what is the staple food in South Africa? What is the staple food in South Africa? Remember, it is sports and culture. So this is a culture question. What is the staple food in South Africa, Collins?
I think it's maize. Maize.
You think or you are giving us as that as your answer?
Let me think. I think it's I'd say maize flour mixed with water.
Okay. Maize flour mixed with water, is that not ugali?
Yes, but that's not the name they call it. But I think that's their staple food.
Okay, I hope Dunga in his discretion will do justice. And then we have the next question goes to Natasha and Kemani. Natasha and Kemani, your question reads, Ugali is famous in Eastern Africa as a popular go-to food. What is its equivalent in Western Africa? What is the equivalent of ugali in Western Africa? Guys, Natasha, talk to me.
I think fufu.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is it the equivalent of ugali or the popular food?
Yeah, something that is go-to. It's yeah.
You haven't answered.
You're putting me on the okay. So let me make it easy for you. It is equivalent to ugali. I'm giving you a clue, and it is also the most famous that side. Which is the answer?
And say fufu.
Fufu. Kemani, do you share in that?
I honestly do not know, so I'm going to go with that answer.
So
Why?
hii team I knew I shared in the Sasa Zola, I hope she'll be back. Collins. Zola is back. Zola, this is your question with Collins. And it reads, what is the name of the Kenyan rugby team? What is the name of the Kenyan rugby team? Guys, Collins and Zola, talk to me.
Yeah. What's the name of the Kenyan rugby team?
Yeah, you can discuss with Collins. We are giving you a chance to discuss in public.
Zola, can you hear me?
College.
I think it's Shujaa.
Hey, Mipira sports. I'm outside. I really hate. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I have a feeling that it's Shujaa. So, do we go with that?
If that's the feeling, we go with that feeling. Yeah, let's go with the
Collins,
feelings.
is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Good. We move on to the next question, which is for Natasha and Kimani. Natasha and Kimani, your question reads, what is the name of the Kenya women's volleyball team? What is the name of the Kenya women's volleyball team? Naona I've balanced. Hii maswali ziko balanced. So
I actually know the name, but now that nimeulizwa, it's not. Oh, Christ. No. Oh, Christ. Starlets is for football. Kimani, do you know?
I do not know. If I knew, I would already said the answer.
Why?
guys,
Repeat
This
that
one, I
question,
just
please.
feel bad.
are you passing it to Collins's and Zola's team?
No, just repeat the question.
I've asked. No. If you have
Malkia
not
something.
Sorry?
Malkia something, I think.
Malkia something.
It's also something, deal.
I think Dunga awards points if you are close to it. So If you are close, I think Dunga will do justice. Now,
Malkia nini? Okay, sawa.
we move to the next question. The next question reads, and it is for Collins and Zola. Which is the oldest surviving culture in Africa? Which is the oldest surviving culture in Africa? Collins?
Has Zola left or is she still in?
Zola is still in.
The Hosa.
I think
I'm
it's
still in.
Khoisan. I think
The
it's
Hosa.
Khoisan.
There?
Osa.
Okay. The Khoisan, yeah.
The
Khoisan.
Khoisan. Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Khoisan.
Collins and Zola, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. We move on. Kimani and Natasha, your question reads, which is the newest tribe to be indoctrinated in Kenya? Which is the newest tribe to be indoctrinated in Kenya? Natasha and Kimani?
I think it is. Is it Pemba? I'm wrong.
Natasha, what are your thoughts?
Kimani knows that one.
It was very recent. I think it was last week, if I'm not wrong. I think it is. I think it is Pemba.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very sure, but Imekaribia. I think it is. I think it is Pemba.
Okay. Is that your final answer? Natasha, do you share?
Yes. Fully support my teammates.
Okay. So,
You
guys,
don't support, you criticize and provide
You got this. You got this.
here are the answers. Here are the answers for round 4. And the answers are, number 1, the nickname is Atlas Lions. Number 2, the African country that has appeared most times in the World Cup is Cameroon. Number 3, the staple food for South Africa is pap. And then number 4, fufu is the equivalent of ugali in Eastern Africa. Number 5 is not Shujaa, but it is Simba. Number 6 is Malkia, starlets, if other people say it that way. And then number 7 is the Sun culture. So I think some people are close. Sun culture is really close. Malkia stars, Malkia close. And then last but not least is Mapemba is the Shona. They were indoctrinated in Kenya as the last and the recent tribe. Now, that is round 4. That is round 4. Natasha, I think
Yes.
things are looking good. Hmm?
So I'm supposed to comment.
Yes.
I mean, guys, it's all about trust and then belief and supporting the person you're working with. It's a whole lot of things.
Hmm. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. What about you, Collins? What do you think?
I think we're moving on well.
Okay. I can see Mike Modhomi saying that Kimani Google ina reflect kwa miwani. And then David Campbell saying, interesting, good job, team. And Shiko Mwangi saying, they did better on this one. Indeed, I also feel they did better on this one. So, guys, we are going to go to our last round. And this one is still a team effort. So, we're going to have history. And for history, the team that is going to start this one is the team that finished the last round, and that is Kemani and Natasha. And Kemani and Natasha, your first question reads, what alias did Nelson Mandela use while pretending to be caretaker at Lily's Leaf Farm in Johannesburg? What alias did Nelson Mandela use while pretending to be a caretaker at Lily's Farm in Johannesburg?
Oh. Uh-huh. Natasha, do you have any idea?
Mm-mm.
Are you passing it to the other team?
You know what? Yeah, I think I should put a passage to the next team. If they have the right answer, I think they should have the right to answer it.
Collins and Zola, are you taking it?
I think we're passing it to the audience.
Okay, hii imeenda.
Imeenda.
Hii imeenda. Wachila
Aya, we move
tusaidie,
on.
wewe ndio ujibu sasa.
We move on. I'm going to give you the answer. Don't worry. So let us go ahead. If you don't know, now you know. You will learn. So remember, at the end of the day, we all want to learn. Now, this is the next question. Now goes to Collins and Zola's team. Now, your question reads: Who performed at Zimbabwe's Independence Day celebration in the year 1980? Who performed at Zimbabwe's Independence Day celebration in 1980? Zola and Collins?
Oi,
Zola,
kama
any
mko mnataka mtu ajibu mngesema tu.
Collins?
Um, no, I don't. Do you have any idea?
I don't.
We move on. But before we do, allow me to ask Kemani and Natasha, do you want to try,
Yes, we do.
please?
Natasha, I saw you smiling. I thought you had the answer.
Wow. No,
You
you
know what?
try.
I'm not sure about this, but I'm not really sure about this. But I think it is. I think it is. It is a reggae artist. I'm very sure of that.
Time is moving, Kemani.
I'm going to say
Please.
Bob
Lucky
Marley.
Dube.
Lucky Dube. Yes,
Lucky
that's
Dube
one.
or Bob Marley?
Who's from Jamaica, Natasha?
Wote.
Lucky Dube.
Aya,
Let's go.
Tukufe na
I'm
Lucky
giving
Dube.
you Lucky Dube. Good. We move on.
Chris has
But
agreed.
Yes.
Have you agreed on Lucky Dube?
Sure. If you don't mention Lucky Dube, I would have stuck with my answer, but sure. Let's go with Lucky Dube.
Oops.
Okay. Our next question is now for you guys, Natasha and Kimani. It reads: Which DJ came to power in 2009 coup in Madagascar? Is it A. Papa Wemba, B. Andre Rajoelina, C. Fela Kuti, D. Waliza? Kimani and Natasha,
Was Fela Kuti from Madagascar? Kimani, would you know?
I'm not sure about that. But if I was to take an answer, I would go for either A or B.
A or B? Which
Papa
is your
Wemba.
final answer, guys?
Papa Wemba was a Rumba artist.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't know, Rumba sounds like Congo.
Okay.
DRC.
What is your final answer?
He wasn't even a DJ. He was a singer. I'm not sure.
You guys are not giving me an answer. I need an answer. Collins,
We're
let me
discussing.
take it to you. Time. Remember, there's time. So, Collins and Zola, do you have an answer for this?
Can we see the choices? Zola, what do you think? I'd go with B.
I'd go
Is that
with
a final answer?
Fela someone. But I trust you, Collins. Okay, let's go with you also.
B.
Okay, we move on. You guys are not giving me an answer.
We've said B.
Chris was giving you something.
Sorry?
Washira, we said B.
Okay.
For the record, our official answer was B.
Your official answer was B.
Yes.
Power.
If only you are listening.
I hear you. Now,
But we leave that to Peter.
The next question reads, and that is for Collins and Zola. Which publication described Africa as the hopeless continent in 2000 and the hopeful continent in 2011? Is it A, the New York Times? Is it B, the Sun? Is it C, the Guardian? Or is it D, the Economist? Collins and Zola, I need an answer.
Zola, what do you think?
I'm about to say New York Times, but I feel like they can't do that. So the Sun, Collins, where?
I think I'll go with yours.
Come on, in New York Times.
Yeah.
Which one?
Kemani
The Sun.
and Natasha, they are saying the Sun. Do you agree with that?
Let's see the options.
You see, once I give you kuokolewa, I cannot show you the options again.
Okay, the New York Times. The New York
You're going with the
Times.
New York Times. Kemani, Natasha? Okay. But before you go ahead, I can see one of our Mulisema audience wajibu. One of our audience is in. I want to hear what he has to say. Modhomi, can you hear me? Are you in?
Hi everyone.
Hi.
How are you doing? Hey, I've joined because I've seen the things people are saying here. I don't know. Some of you even are forgetting the names of your fellows. What was the question, Washira?
The question, wameanguka maswali mingi sana. So I don't know when gani unataka kuokolea.
Kuokoa hiyo ya nini? Let's try kuokoa hiyo ya hopeless continent.
Hiyo ni nani unapeana jibu?
Mimi
ilikuwa ya kina Collins. Utaokoa. Wewe unasema ni nani?
Mimi nitaguess niseme ni The Economist.
The Economist. It's okay. Just don't move out of that place that you're in. I want to continue with the questions, and then as we round up this round, we will see what is indeed the real answer. Now, this question goes to Kemani. I can see Natasha's left, so Kemani, you're taking this for the team. We have, which country in Africa used to be the only home of the extinct dodo? Is it A, Mauritius? Is it B, Uganda? Is it C, Namibia? Or is it D, Tanzania? Kemani?
I am going to say best home country for the extinct dodo. I'm going to say Tanzania.
Tanzania?
Yes.
Collins, do you think Tanzania is the answer?
I think let's give it to him.
You don't have a different thought?
I have, but
I think it's Mauritius.
You're saying Mauritius, Zola?
Yeah.
It is Mauritius.
Reads. The question reads, the oldest remains of modern humans were excavated in which African country? Is it A, Egypt? Is it B, Kenya? Is it C, Ethiopia? Or D, Tanzania? Collins and Zola?
Kenya? Collins?
Collins?
I think it's between Kenya or Ethiopia.
Muna settle na gani?
Let's go with I'd go with Ethiopia.
I pick Kenya.
Give me one answer. One is saying Kenya, the other one is saying Ethiopia.
Let's
Which
do
is
Ethiopia then.
Ethiopia it is. Let us move on to the next question.
Let's go with Ethiopia.
Kemani and Natasha. Kemani, who was the first president of Egypt? Kemani, who was the first president of Egypt?
Uh-huh. You know what? I'll not even attempt to guess. I'll not attempt to guess. I think I'll pass it to Collins and his friend.
Collins and Zola, munataka kuattempt?
I think
Hiyo
I only,
tuachie tu
I
Muthoni.
only know one Egyptian president, and that is Gamal Abdel Nasser.
Gamal Abdel Nasser,
I'd say that one.
the one who was making the Suez Canal.
Yes, yes. There's one
Okay,
Haidam.
okay. Move on. The next question is for Collins and Zola now, and this is the last question for this round. When did Liberia declare its independence from the American Colonization Society? When did Liberia declare its independence from the American Colonization Society? Remember, if you give a close guess, the person who is awarding marks atakupatia close, very closely. Colin,
Collins?
What's your guess, Zola?
2010? 2010?
2010. My guess is very far from yours.
what's your guess, Colin?
1955.
Okay. Kemani, you are laughing. You have a point.
No. I'm laughing because I would have said 1956.
Okay. So
Yes.
before we hear what Mozomi has to say on this, let me see or show you guys the answers. So David Motsamai was the alias of Nelson Mandela while he was in that place. Bob Marley was the singer who performed at Zimbabwe's Independence Day, but you guys ended up with Lucky Dube. So that one, yeah, you did not take it home. And then we have number 3, it's Andre Rajoelina. Remember, he was a DJ. He became a Madagascar president. And then number 4, Muzomi, as Muzomi said, it is indeed The Economist, the one that published those words. Number 5 is Mauritius, so Zola was right. Number 6 is Ethiopia, Collins got that. And number 7, it is not Abdel Nasser, but it is Mohamed Najib. Many people confuse this. Mohamed Najib was the first president. Nasser was the second. And then after Nasser again, Mohamed Najib came back. So that confusion is always there. And the answer for Liberia is in 1847. Remember, when you read the history books, they normally say Ethiopia and Liberia were never colonized by these European powers. But the Liberian people declared themselves independent from the American system of colonization in the year 1847. Modomi, what do you have to say about that round?
For that round, I think I could have gotten from number 4 until number 8.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, hapo nilikuwa nimeiva kabisa.
Yeah.
I think Natasha was out for a while.
Yeah.
Kimani, ungesema Mudomi tag in. Because I'm actually I can see on my screen kuna mtu amesema ati hizi ni soup.
Okay, I hear you, Mudomi. Natasha, you are out. How do you think Kimani represented you? Do you have hope? Do you have hope for Kimani? I think I've lost Natasha there. Collins, umeonaje hiyo round? How was it? Do you know history? I know you're a good student of history.
I am, and I thought it would be general knowledge questions, but there is nothing general about these questions.
Mm-hmm.
They are very in-depth, but it's always a good learning experience.
And I like when you say that, it's people are here to learn, so you get a chance to learn. Zola, can you still hear us? Zola, we are hearing you, but we cannot see you. So
yeah, my gadgets just decided to do that thing, but it was quite interesting. It just makes me realize that I really don't know Africa that well. So yeah. go back to my studies.
Okay. Natasha, can you hear us now?
Yes, yes.
What are your thoughts?
The Lucky Dube Bob Marley thing. Well, that's sad. That's all. But he did great.
Okay. I hear you, Natasha. More comments are still coming in. We have Shiko Mwangi saying that the audience did not even know that Nelson Mandela had an alias. Yes, he did. And then we have Ruth Njoroge saying, audience, we are also players. And then Shiko Mwangi saying, at DJ, what are these questions? Akasema, here DJ, very simple. I actually thought you guys will get that. I actually did. And then we have Rita Washira saying, Woi, and then Faith Njoroge saying, soup. And then Mercy James saying that hizi maswali zinafanya ni question my Africanism. And Faith Njoroge saying mwalimu wa history hapa ni wapi? Hapa ni wapi? Okay, here you go. That has been our trivia for tonight. We end it at that. But before we end it, I'd just like to hear your final comments as we wrap up the show, starting with Natasha. Natasha, what are your comments? Tukifunga next time when we do another trivia, we're going to make it simple. It seems that the person who was making this niseme whatever overestimated Natasha.
Next time yeye akuje tumwandikie maswali.
Yeah.
Hivyo. So that you can have fun the way Chris said you had fun writing these questions.
Mm-hmm. But at least
But
you've learned
nice.
something.
This is nice though.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I do not know much about Africa, but I didn't know how much I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So now I know. I know how much I don't know.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you. Zola, can you hear us? What are your thoughts, your final comments?
My final comments are: we need to know Africa the way we know other continents. So yeah, those are my final remarks.
Thank you. And Mudhomi, you are in. Tell us, hiyo upande ya pili ya studio. What are you saying as your final comment?
Well, for me, honestly, I have been an audience. I've joined this panel as well, and hakuna mahali nilikuwa mzuri sana. I can promise you nilikuwa naona hizi maswali when I'm at the audience level, and I'm watching the class 8, class 6. These guys are answering some questions, and I'm there thinking like, man, I'm dumb. This is not me. And then like whenever I answer wrong and they answer right, and I'm like, ninyi mko shule tu. You get that? I don't want to appear like mini big brother lazima nikuwe the know it all. So it was a challenge to myself. Thank you for hosting this.
Thank you, Mudhomi, for tuning in. We appreciate you. Kimani, can you hear me? What are your thoughts? What are your final comments as we wrap up?
I think I'm going to repeat what I said during the beginning of the show. I think you had a lot of fun when creating these questions, and I think the fun was more with you than it was with us. But also, I want to comment on one very particular question. I'm not trying to prove whatever. There was someone who said nakam to kupeleka corrections for mwalimu. I'm not trying to do that, but I want to point out that question was wrong.
Yeah.
It was wrong. If you check your history, it is wrong. The question on the only country in Africa without a successful or unsuccessful coup since 2020. All the options you presented were all those countries had either attempts or whether successful or unsuccessful. Your correct answer, Mali, it had a coup. I think it was 2021. Yeah. But it was fun.
Take your history quite well, Kimani. I don't know you are Googling this answer na umekuwa ukiangalia screen. But from 2021, Mali had a coup only in the 60s.
No, it did a coup in 2012 and then in 2021. Check your history, Tawana.
Okay, hii mambo yako kumbe ni ukweli ya kurudisha marks. I think
Penye
Duga
nilikuambia.
will tell us. Ulituambia na ulikuwa umetuona eh?
Na
Literally,
niliwaona.
Collins,
also,
what are your final
before I
comments?
sign out, before I stop talking, Oshira, Budhomi, welcome to the show. It was very interesting to see you shouting kwa comments, but ukiingia hapa, you've been humbled. It's good to have you on the show.
Siko humbled bado lakini ni sawa.
Collins, let us hear from you.
I'll just repeat what I'd said before. I've learned a lot that I didn't know. And it's good to hang out with you guys, have fun. And I hope we'll have another one. And I hope this time we'll answer more questions than we did today. But
Indeed.
all in all, it has been a good experience. That's all.
Thank you. You know, these questions, let me tell you funny thing. I went pale karibu KU primary. Kauliza maswali. Si Modhomi has said some kids are answering these questions. They are answering these questions, by the way. And you know, next time we're going at least to tone it down, as you guys have said, and bring more general questions. But this was a good attempt. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Everybody who tuned in, tunawashukuru sana, and in a special manner I want to thank our players tonight and Modhomi who tuned in. Tunashukuru sana very much. Appreciate it. I can see more comments before I wrap up. I can see mtu anaitwa Manoa Songok saying that it's always interesting to learn new things about Africa every time. And then Joseph Wambua saying, I'm happy to learn about Africa. And Shiko Mwangi saying, Mali had a coup attempt in 2021. Okay, noted. And then we have Kipiegon Hillary saying, it's Africa trivia. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. And with that, I'd like to make an announcement that African Kona will be taking a short break. We'll be back after some period. This will be our final episode that we are airing live for a while, but in due time we'll be back. Not going to take long, maybe a week or 2 or 3, but we'll be back. I hope you guys have learned. I hope you continue subscribing, sharing, and commenting. And if you're watching this show and you have not subscribed, it's high time you get serious with your life. You know, you can see people are learning and they're enjoying and they are always having a good time. Share, subscribe, and comment. So with that, I'd like to wish everybody a wonderful week coming up and enjoy.
So how well do you know Africa? How many countries are in Africa? Why was Pan-Africanism founded in Africa and not any other continent? Which is the most popular culture in Africa? Well, those are some of the questions that will be asked this Sunday in African Kona.